Hello, hello, hello. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. Welcome to the Becoming Iconic with Cheryl Pullins, the daily show. This is where we help multi passionate women shine their brightest light, share their message, and serve more people by going from generic to iconic. And today is Mentorship Monday. Awesome. So, I was really thinking about like what I was going to talk about today, and I kept tossing things around. And let me pull up my comments over here. And welcome to those of you that are watching live. Welcome if you're watching the replay. Welcome to my Facebook darlings. Welcome to my YouTube lovelies. Just welcome all the way around. Please feel free to share out this live on Facebook. Please share it out. You know what we say: share the link, share the love. So thank you so much. And if you're watching the replay, you don't have to do hashtag replay, but what you can do is follow the conversation organically. If I say something you like or love, hit the like or love button. If I say something that you have a question about, please feel free to ask the question in the comments. So welcome. This is Mentorship Monday. And today we are talking about those multiple passions that you have, but you haven't figured out how to create a message around all these different passions. Now, that's what a lot of women that come to me that work with me one on one, that is their challenge. That's usually the starting place of what in the world am I supposed to do? So, I'm going to start you out today with something that you can do. Actually, you can do it while we're talking about it today. So pull out some paper or, pull up a note taking app or pull up something or use something that you can go along and actually do the exercise. So, hmm, let me see. I wanted to add, actually, nope, I'm good. I'm good. I was going to add a feed, but I'm going to leave it alone. It's Mentorship Monday, so I thought I would add to my personal page, but I may just do something separate. All right. So let's talk about those multiple passions that you have. We are wired to love many, to have a passion for many things. We are not one dimensional. We are multidimensional beings. We are. That's what makes us so unique and incredible. We can love um speaking, we can love baking, we can have a passion for cooking, we can have a passion for sewing, we can have a passion for gardening, we can have a passion for multiple things. But how does that look when you're trying or when you want to monetize those passions? That's where it can get a little dicey. And I do know that, trying to not do some of your passions is feels like you are being put in a box. Feels like you're being put in a box. And I know the challenge there and I totally get it and I totally understand it. But I want you to start from a place where you frame this thought. Think about what are your profitable passions? What are your profitable passions? Because just because you're passionate about something doesn't mean that it's going to be a profit center for you. Doesn't mean it's going to be a money maker. Doesn't mean it's going to be bankable. It just means it's something you love to do. And then you have to really decide if it's going to be a profitable business or are you just going to leave it as a hobby? Okay. So I'm going to give you 4 questions that you really want to ask yourself. And you want to start to filter which one of your passions that you have. Because again, I know you try to do, multiple things. I'm going to use myself for an example. So one of the things that I love to do is graphic design. I love graphic design. I do my own graphics, all of this little fancy schmancy stuff you see. I do this right here in my little brand lab, if you will. But it's something that I'm good at, but it's not something I love. So graphic design for me will always stay in the hobby on the hobby side of the paper. So since while I'm talking, get your piece of paper or your note-taking app or whatever, and on one side I want you to put uh, profitable passion, and the other side I want you to put hobby. On one side, I want you to put profitable passion. On the other side, I want you to put hobby. Because I want you to start really thinking about and filtering through the things I'm going to say. I want you to go, you know what? That really is this thing that I love over here. It's a profitable passion. I can make money doing this. This thing over here, I think I'm going to leave it as a hobby. So my example is my graphic design is a hobby for me. It's a creative outlet. It's not for hire. Because as soon as I go to hire it out, then it's no longer fun for me. And again, it's something that I'm good at, but it's not something that I love. So start to think about those things that you're passionate about and start thinking based on these questions I want you to answer. All right. So the first question is going to be, what do you love? That's the first question. What do you love? Make a list of all the things you love, like really love. Like, what do you love doing? Is it speaking? Is it teaching? Is it cooking? Is it baking? Now, there's a difference between savory cooks and people that bake or whatever, because I am not your baker. My husband's the baker. My husband's like a combination, but I'm really the savory cook. I'm not into baking that much. I can make sweet potato pie from scratch, but anyway. So what do you love? What do you really love? Now, the second question is, but what are you good at? Because just because you love something doesn't mean you're good at it. What are you good at? I mean, juicy, really good. Like, what is it that you are excellent at doing that you could literally do in your sleep? That if someone asked you to speak for 30 minutes right now in this very moment, what would you speak about? What would you speak about? I asked that question in the Build Your Iconic Personal Brand community. Please come join us over there in that community where we continue the conversation and keep the party going. So make sure you come over there. Please be sure to answer the questions. Otherwise, we don't let you in because we don't know if you're in the right spot. All right. So if someone were to ask you to speak on a topic for 30 minutes, what topics could you speak about? Now, it was amazing to see that a lot of the people that answered the question in the community gave more than one topic. Those are my multi-passionistas, right? Because you may have more than one topic, but what is that thing that you could speak about, drop of a dime, for 30 minutes if somebody asked you right now? Like, off the top of your head, drop some knowledge, drop some gems. Okay? That's what you're probably really good at. Like, really good at. All right? So the third question is going to be, but what does the world need? What does the world need? What's the need in the world that your passions and what you're good at can help with? What does the world need? There's lots of need in the world. You just have to know what the needs are. Like, I know that there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of multi-passionate women who don't know how to pull those passions together to create a profitable business and brand message. I know that. I meet them all the time. And they don't even know how to identify themselves because no one's ever said, well, I shouldn't say no one's ever said because people have said it, but they haven't heard someone say, well, you have multiple passions and you just need to find a way to create a common thread and create a message that allows you to pivot. And that's what I teach my clients to do. Now, if you just have one thing that you focus on, yeah, we can rock that out. But if you are multi-passionate and you have multiple passions and things that things that you love, things that you're good at, something the world needs. And here's the fourth questions. What people will pay you for? What people will pay you for? Hello, Maya. Hello, Myra. What does that say? Myra. I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses on. Hello, Myra, Verna, Alethea. Good morning. Hello. How are you? Thanks so much for watching. So, what will people pay you for? Now, here's an example of whether or not something should be a profitable passion or a hobby. So, let's say you love cooking. Let's just use cooking as an example. You love to cook. You really love it. Does the world need food? Yeah. But are you good at it? You might not be. just keep it real. You might not be. So people might not pay you for it. So when you go through each one of the passions that you have, ask yourself the question, do I love it? Am I good at it? Does the world need it? And will people pay me for it? And this is how you determine your profitable passions from your hobbies. Because some passions are just that. They're hobbies. They're for you to enjoy. They're for your enjoyment and fulfillment. They're for your creative outlet. Remember, I said for me, graphic design is a creative outlet for me. It is not for me to hire myself out doing it. Now, my higher end clients, they get a little bit of that from me because there's certain things I just do for them, and I just toss it in there. But I really don't want to be on somebody else's timeline on graphic design. I've tried it and it just does not work. And that's how I learned that I didn't love it. I'm good at it. People ask me all the time, who's your graphic designer? I am. I do 95, if not more, % of my graphics. But I'm not for hire. Not as a graphic designer. I told someone, I said, it would be a disservice to graphic designers for me to call myself a graphic designer. I call myself a design enthusiast. There's a difference. And I think I have like a whole tooth full of this red lipstick. This is that MAC Vampify, and it gets on my teeth. And it's ridiculous. Look at that. Ugh. Sorry, guys. That's not the most that's not the most fabulous thing to watch. But hey, we keep it real around here. So, couple things. Remember, profitable passions or hobbies. Go through and ask yourself the question on each one of those passions, those things that you love. Ask yourself, do I love it? Am I good at it? Does the world need it? Will I get paid for it? Would someone pay me for it? If you're not sure, then of course you can always ask. people that are in your circle, your inner circle in particular, say, hey, would you pay me to, do X? Especially, if it's about cooking or something, or something they've experienced from you, and people that you're willing to receive from, because they might be like, nah, sis. Nah, I wouldn't pay. Nah, you're good. It's good. It's okay. It's okay, but I wouldn't pay. You know what I mean? So profitable, profitable passions. And why is this key and important when you're building and creating your brand? Because when you are multi-passionate and you go to market, you want to be known for one thing. Now, calm down, because I calm down. You want to be known for one thing, but it doesn't mean you only do one thing. You want to be known for one thing. You want to be that person that comes to mind when someone says, boom. When people think branding, they think Cheryl. So you have to figure out what you want to associate yourself with top of mind, that people automatically, when they hear your name or when they hear something about something, they're like, boom, this is the person you need to talk to. This is the person you need to go to. The way you become an industry icon, the way you become the person that people go to, the expert, the industry leader, is being known for that one thing. While I have multiple passions and things that I love, I am known for one thing: branding. And then I have these subsets that happen, under that. But if you ask anything about Cheryl Pullins, it's branding. So I was in someone's live stream the other day. I was just there watching, as everyone else, as a participant. And then someone gave me, the person doing the live stream, she gave me a shout out, and she referred to me as the branding queen. Now, and the funny thing is, this is a person I've never really had a one-on-one conversation with. We've only seen each other and connected through social media. We've never been in the same room together, nothing. So for her to say that on her live stream and give me that shout out and give me that moniker, that told me a lot about how people perceive me in the marketplace. People I have no idea that are paying attention. So you want to get really clear about how you're going to show up in the marketplace. The thing that you're going to be known for, that you can rock out. So, I always use Oprah as an example. 25 years. She was known as a talk show host. 25 years. She was the queen of talk. That was what they called her, the queen of talk. 25 years. For 25 years, she was the queen of talk. She was consistent. We watched her Monday through Friday at 4:00 Eastern, where I lived. Monday through Friday. I didn't watch every day, but I watched a lot. One thing she came to the market with, she became known for. She was the queen of talk. But she was an actress, right? How many movies did she do while she was the queen of talk? So she was an actress. She was executive producer, not just for, for like movies and television shows or whatever, right? She started her magazine, okay, while she was not the publisher, because the publisher is a bigger conglomerate, but she started a magazine. Okay, so she had oversight of that, even though her bestie is editor at large, I think, right? And then they have a managing editor and all like that. But she started a magazine. It was her vision. So she starts this magazine. Then she has Oprah and Friends on Sirius a serious, whatever, however, I don't even know. The radio, the satellite radio, right? So she had all these other entities, but we knew her as what? The Queen of Talk. The Queen of Talk. So I challenge you. I challenge you. I challenge you. I challenge you to go through and find out what are your profitable passions. Find out what they are and what were the questions. And I want you to question each thing. I want you to ask and say, is this something I love? Is this something I'm really good at? Is this something the world needs? And will I get paid for it? And if at any point it's like, you're not, vibing on all four of those with something, it's a hobby. It is clearly a hobby. Now, here's the other piece of this. And I'm thinking of this as I talk. So please just follow along with me. If you need to watch the replay, go back and watch the replay of it. And maybe that'll help you a little bit. But the other thing I want to say is, and I should have kept talking because it went right out my head. You ever have that? You're talking and you want to say something and it's juicy and it's right there and you go down something else and then you lose it. All right. I was trying to wait for it to come back, but it hasn't come back. All right. So ask those questions. Go through, write down your passions. Just start with writing your passions and then go through and ask those 4 questions. What did I say there? What are the 4 questions? Someone write the 4 questions in the comments. Do I love it? Am I good at it? Does the world need it? Will I get paid for it? This is what I was going to say. So here's the thing. Just because it is a profitable passion doesn't necessarily mean that it's something that you have to do right now. Let me say that again. Just because it is a profitable passion doesn't mean that it's something that you do right now. It could be for the future. It could be a year from now. It could be 2 years from now. But now that you've identified it as a profitable passion, now you have to figure out, where does it go? Where does it go in the bigger scheme of what you're doing? Where does this profitable passion go? Okay. So that way you relieve yourself of some of the pressure of having to launch 15 things at one time. Or find a way. And this is why I teach multi-passionate women to brand themselves. This is the method to my madness. I teach you to brand yourself. Because when you brand yourself, you have one voice, you have one message, you have this overarching message that you can now pivot on. Pivot. But you find that common thread. I'm giving you my secret, y'all. You find that common thread that runs through them, because that mission, actually your purpose, that purpose is the common thread. Now, each one of these entities might have a different mission, but that purpose runs through them all. All right. So I hope as a multi-passionate woman that this was helpful for you, that you can find your profitable passions, those profit centers that you really are passionate about, and the things that you enjoy doing, but you don't really love doing. And you really need to put them on the hobby list, because some things are really hobbies and you have to determine which is which. And what are the questions? I'll give them to you one more time. Do I love it? Does the world need it? Am I good at it? Will people pay me for it? Do I love it? Am I good at it? Does the world need it? Will people pay me for it? All right, let's go over to the questions because the comments are popping. The comments are, you guys are in here. Well, hello, 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 hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, yes, awesome. So Sandra says, hashtag multi-passionate. Awesome. I must be speaking your language, Sandra. Christian James. I don't know if it's Sandra or Sandra. Please excuse me. Awesome. Verna says, I love to crochet and some have offered to pay for a blanket, but it is a hobby for me. Good, good, good. You got to know what the difference is. Otherwise, because somebody throws money at you, you'll jump at it and you'll be frustrated. I'm telling you what I know. Sandra says, I'm a design enthusiast too. Yes, design enthusiast in the house. Chiquita, hello. Chiquita Franks from Maryland. Hello, hello, hello. Awesome. Natalie says, hey, yes, I need this. Good, great, awesome, awesome, awesome. Good morning, Wendy. How are you? Good to see you, my dear. You must be dealing with the same yucky weather I am looking at. Naisha says, good morning. Well, good morning, Naisha. How are you? Good to see you. My friend Joan, morning from Maryland. I see you. Let's see. Tiffany says, I love speaking, teaching, and writing. I'm good at proposal grant writing, but do not enjoy it. Yes, 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 yes. Awesome. And you know, the beauty of really understanding this about you is when opportunities come, you can make an educated, informed decision about whether or not it's an opportunity that's for you. Now, understand some opportunities come to stretch you. They do. But some opportunities, you have to look at it and go, you know what? This is not for me. I really don't enjoy doing it. And the fact that you go into it with a feeling of something that is not enjoyable for you, that you're doing it out of whatever you're doing it for, it's not going to be a good experience for you and ultimately the person that you're or people that you're doing it for. I mean, you would have to, put on some real fakeums in order in order to deliver, right? I'm just keeping it real. So understanding in the very beginning that, you know what, I don't, this is not something I really enjoy. Okay. So you can make really informed decisions. Joan says, challenge accepted. All right, Joan. Joan, I definitely know you're multi-passionate. Absolutely. 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 Tiffany says, that's a good point. Just because it is a profitable passion does not mean I do it right now. Exactly. It might be for the future. I have a few things that I absolutely love. I have one thing that I love and I really want to do it, but it's not time yet. And so you have to discipline yourself to not, yes, you can go buy the domain because I know there any domain hoarders in the house. Any domain hoarders in the house? I know that you want to go and buy the domain, which is fine, but it could be something for you to sit on for the next year to 18 months to 2 years. Okay. Awesome. Yes. Do I love it? Am I good at it? Does the world need it? Will people pay for it? Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. 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 Thank you. Thank you, Naisha, for doing that. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Well, you guys have been really awesome. Please join me over in the Build Your Iconic Personal Brand community. Be sure to answer the questions so that you can get in. And thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate you watching as well. I look forward to keeping the party going. So thank you so much for watching. Again, this is Cheryl Pullins of CherylPullins.com, your iconic brand strategist. And this is where we help multi-passionate women shine their brightest light, share their message, and serve more people by going from generic to iconic. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.